Hi everyone, welcome to the Bookbinders. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Charlotte.
And today we'll be analyzing Paris, Texas by Lana Del Rey.
From her new album, Did You Know There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard?
Alright, so let's start with some initial thoughts. What do we think of this song when we first listened to it?
I loved it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I thought much of it. Like, I never had, like, a first reaction. I think there was a moment where I kind of was like, when you know, you know. And I was like, that's great, that's great.
Like, I remember the first time I ever listened to it, basically 3 notes in, I was like, this is such a cool song.
Really?
Like, the way it sounds musically.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Has like a, what instruments does it have? I can't remember. Like, we never listen to the song. We always listen to the song.
Yeah, I know. I think it's strings at the beginning.
Yeah, it's some sort of variation of string
I can't remember.
But yeah, something like that.
But like the melody, I remember
the
3 notes
melody's
in. I was
pretty.
like,
Yeah,
this is epic.
Yeah. But I feel like now, like, as you listen to it a lot...
It is one of those songs that is capable of getting boring.
Yeah. We hate to admit that for Lana songs, or any songs that we like in general. But some songs, they do get boring after a bit.
It's like one of those songs that will get boring, and then you don't listen to it for months, and then you listen to it again, and you're like,
I like
and then it
this
gets boring
song.
again.
And then it gets boring after you listen to it like 3 or 4 times, and it's like, what? I really like that song. Okay, so...
Did you have a one word?
Yeah, one word. I was gonna say, like, escape, but really, there's no, like, over-thematic kind of thing for me. It's just, like, well, it's, like, finding yourself, rather.
Yeah, I would say home, like finding home.
Finding, well, okay, what's your definition of home?
Lizzie Grant.
So for me, if home is Lizzie Grant, it's like finding yourself, your original true self. Anything else?
I don't know. What else do we do in the preliminary? We do initial thoughts.
Initial thoughts, just like one words. Like melodic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of like whisper moments. And
I
think
like the way
ending
it
is
sounds. It's like, it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. It sounds very European in a way.
Oh, you're right about that. She does mention Spain, so.
Well, but
it does sound like
I have
European
interesting
music.
thoughts about Spain.
Oh, I had 0 thoughts about Spain, so let's get into that. But yeah, it doesn't sound like American music, but it sounds like a folk song.
It sounds like those old French songs that you like play during a noir film as they're like going around Paris.
Oh, that's a like crazy thing to think about. Yeah, I could definitely see that in like one of those noir films for sure. It would be such a perfect song. Like, somebody needs to find Lana Del Rey songs to put in movies. Like, I never see Lana Del Rey songs. Only like Euphoria, there was that one song.
And then Great Gatsby.
Yeah, and Great Gatsby. But like, it's young and beautiful.
Whenever
like,
I
everyone
write,
knows that.
Whenever I write, I always like have Lana Del Rey songs. It's like when my stories turn into a movie.
Yeah, when my stories turn into a movie. Like,
I'm gonna have so many Lana Del Rey and Taylor Swift songs.
Yeah. I think they spark a lot of inspiration, melodically and lyrically, because the lyrics from both of those 2 female artists are
insane.
very heavy.
Yeah, they're heavy.
They're heavy.
But also like the way they work together.
And some of beautiful lines, beautiful lyrics. And I think overall they just send very heartfelt messages. Something to really give you to think about, and I think that's kind of the point of our podcast. You listen to it,
and you like think,
and you think about it. You think about what we're saying. You think about what Lana is saying here, or whoever we analyze next. I think we're planning to do Taylor. So
yeah. For the Midnights, right?
For Midnights, yes, and
we should do Midnights at midnight.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. All right, so let's get into the song. Enough
rambling. Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. So I went to Paris, Texas.
I love the way she like whispers Texas.
Yeah.
And even in the lyrics, it's like in parentheses because like people think she went to Paris, the city, but it was Texas. I feel like that's like and since this is a title, we're just kind of going over it with that. But Paris, Texas. It's like Paris is a place. It's like over glorified place, and then you have Texas. It's like more simple. Yeehaw dust.
Yeah, yeehaw.
That's a great way of
literally,
putting
that's
it.
what I think of when I think of Texas. It's like
Yeah.
yeehaw dust.
Yeehaw dust, for sure.
Like
I
Paris,
mean,
France is
Texas has some great
place.
places, but...
The first time I saw this, I thought she was like listing two different places, like
Mm-hmm.
Paris, comma, and then a new place, Texas, like two different destinations.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting. But it is Paris, Texas, right?
Yeah, Paris.
We can
in the state of
say
Texas.
that a lot of Lana's songs are very Americana.
Yeah.
So let's just assume that it's not Parisian and rather more Americana, because
She is very
she's
Americana.
the definition of Americana
National
singer.
anthem.
National anthem. What else do we have?
We have Venice.
Venice Kid.
Yeah. No, because that one, people might think it's about Europe, but it's about Venice, California, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then California.
Mm-hmm. California, that's like peak Americana. We have some Oklahoma at some point.
Brooklyn, baby.
Yeah,
like,
Brooklyn, New York. We've got Florida,
Florida.
Lake Placid, Miami,
yeah.
Keys, that area. I feel like it's just Lana songs are taking you around the world.
Well,
But,
only America. Like, 'cause, like, she doesn't have any
it's
other than
a
like
road trip around America.
I was in
Monaco.
That's like really the
I
only.
can handle it.
Lana Del Rey is such an epic road trip. It's like
Yeah.
it is an ultimate road trip.
Yeah, ultimate road trip. We're gonna take a road trip now. Okay. So
With the suitcase.
what did you think about Paris, Texas?
Well, Paris, Texas. It's like, it's called the second largest Paris in the world.
Really?
Yeah, but
Well,
like
yeah.
Paris, France is the usual place when you go to escape yourself and become cultured and
Precisely.
find new
Mm-hmm.
life. Like that's where everyone says, "I'm going to Paris to find a new purpose."
Uh-huh.
Not Paris, Texas, really.
Well, I think that brings up a good point of like deception. Like, I'm going to Paris, Texas. Like she wants to make it seem like she's glamour, but really she's not all that glamour. And I think that's what she's saying, like the raw sawdust of Texas.
Yeah, dust.
Well, despite the fact that not all of Texas is sawdust, and a lot of it is beautiful cities like Austin. And Austin and many others. I'm not even talking about a lot of the other cities, but yeah, some of it is definitely sawdust.
Yeah, no, for real.
Okay, with a suitcase in my hand.
This was a really interesting line.
Yeah, this is very interesting.
Well, what did you think about it?
Not much actually. So when you have a suitcase in your hand, it's generally carrying something. Suitcase is like, it could be honestly anything. Clothes, heart, whatever you want to carry in your suitcase. And since we're talking about this metaphorical tunnel that she is now exiting in Paris, Texas, the suitcase could be holding her whole like baggage of her life, because people say, oh, we have emotional baggage, but maybe she's only taking like a little bit of emotional with a suitcase in my hand. Maybe she's only taking partial of that.
The emotional baggage.
Yeah, emotional baggage.
Because
She's
emotional
leaving the
baggage
rest.
implies plural, like baggage, not
Right.
bag.
Bag. Emotional bag. I looked at you like so. You looked at me so sad, and I looked at you so sad.
Emotional bag.
Emotional baggage. You have. You look so tired.
Do I?
You look a
Oh my
little
God.
tired. It's okay.
It's all the past midnight.
School studying. All right. So what did you think?
Well, this one, it's like, I like how you tied it together with the whole album analysis. I've been like doing singular songs, and then I'm gonna like weave them together.
You know, I've been trying to do singular songs, but it all fits together
It
so
does
much.
beautiful.
For me.
It fits together
But,
so
like,
beautifully.
Oh, I can't help but to like fit it all together.
Yeah. But for this one, it's like, if you only have one suitcase, it's clearly not a permanent move. If you only have one suitcase.
That's
And
very interesting.
in addition, it's a suitcase that you can carry in like one hand. So she doesn't have a lot when she's going.
Yeah.
Which means either she doesn't have a plan and she's just like going with what she can carry with her and she'll figure it out, or she's not planning to stay long.
Yeah, good
So
point,
like
good
either
point.
she's lost or she's extremely planned.
Yeah.
I think
definitely
she's
see
lost.
that. Yeah, in some ways she could definitely be lost, because we see that coming like a little bit, and that could tie into something related to all right, so let's move on to the next line.
I had to leave.
I had to leave.
So this one,
I had
mean,
to leave.
I took this very much at face value. Like, she got fed up with something, and, like, it wasn't she wanted to leave. It was like she physically had to leave.
She had to leave. Right. That's what I noticed too. I was like, she had to leave. Oh my god. What's happening to my voice? Anyway. She had to leave. Like, it was a requirement. Like, she realized this is like my peak point. This is my end point. I have to go now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the tunnel is crumbling.
The tunnel analogy.
It's crumbling. It's no longer there. She's no longer stuck. She has to go. So, yeah. That's
okay, so the next one, knew they wouldn't understand.
Knew they wouldn't understand.
So did you have someone, like, concrete for they?
Yes. Did you?
Yep, kind of.
Well,
you know,
I said fans.
Yeah, that's what I said, too.
Yeah. Like,
it's not the same way that, like, for fingertips, it was, like, fans, definitely.
Yeah.
But, like, for this one, I think they're just talking about fans.
Yeah, people are, like, I feel like some fans are kind of anti-Lizzie. Just because of, like, Lizzie being so, I mean, different in some ways to Lana. Like, I mean, a lot of fans especially have joined the fandom via, like, the NFR.
Yeah,
Like, the NFR,
like very un-Lizzie music.
Yeah, so they're not, like,
Bookbinders.
really into Lizzie. So, and they're not into, like, Lana's past. They don't want to know about it. They don't want to understand it. Knew they wouldn't understand.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I had to, like, the fans wouldn't understand
Precisely.
her going back to Lizzie.
Yeah.
Like, they wouldn't
Yeah.
understand why, and they wouldn't support her leaving Lana in the past.
Okay, so the next lyrics, when you know, you know.
For this one, it was like, she's feeling the need to leave, and she's been, like, to me, it gives the vibe of, like, she's been denying it, and there was just a point when it's like, she knows, and when you know, like the lines, and so now she knows. Well, we'll get to what she knows later.
Well,
like, you need to leave, you know?
yeah, it's very straightforward. The lyrics is just like, when you know, it's time to go. And that's literally the next lyric.
Yeah, literally.
So it's time to go. And then next verse, I took his trip to Spain. Please explain, Charlotte. Please explain.
So, I looked at all the other places in here, and they're all in America. So, like, she can't just randomly take a train. No, take a trip to Spain. And, like, that's such an outlier. So, I looked at all the cities named Spain in the U.S., and there's a Spain, South Dakota, which is, like, really far, and then a Spain, Georgia, which is exactly where we are.
Right.
So, there's this, like, pattern of European destination cities, but they're actually places in southern USA.
Oh.
And so my analysis on this is, like, she's done with the glamorous European life, the luxurious cities, the whole Lana persona of, like, traveling to these European cities and drinking wine with the prince or whatever she does in the European cities. And now she's left that behind for, like, simple, small America. South America. So what did you have for Spain?
Not like South America, but like...
Yeah, no, like Southern America. Not South America. Oh my god. That didn't even register.
In the South.
Yeah. Yeehaw.
And then, yeah, I pretty much... Well, I didn't think the same thing, but I didn't really know what to really say for this. It could have just been, like, her singing in Spain or, like, her having to do a concert in Spain. But honestly, your analysis makes so much sense. So let's move on to the next one. Just a notebook in my hand.
So, like, she's leaving behind the...
She left the...
Shallow luxury.
Well, she left the suitcase and she took the notebook.
Yeah.
So, I feel like a notebook could contain a lot of things.
Cutting out the emotional bag. Oh my god.
Right.
That's such a smart analysis.
Yeah, and taking that notebook, which should have diary entries, that could have song lyrics. So, taking all the good parts of that emotional baggage, taking that notebook in your hand, and especially having that to record all the experiences.
Like a writer.
Exactly. And Lana, I think in an interview she said, I'm a writer first. Didn't she say that?
Yeah, in that interview we just watched.
Yeah. She's like, I'm a writer first. So, Lana's recording these experiences, and also she wrote a novel. She did, right?
She did?
Yeah.
I thought she wrote a poetry book.
Yeah, well, same thing. Kind of same thing. But, it's called, like, Violet Bent Backward Over Something.
Long titles.
Yeah, really long title, like Grandfather.
Of course.
But, yeah, something like that. And it's a very nice poetry book, as that I've heard. But yeah, that could definitely be what she is like doing, like writing all
Like,
of these experiences.
Taking your emotional baggage and then taking with you only the valuable stuff.
Right.
I had it as like a notebook is now she's reverting to like only writing. She's done with the superfluous. Am I saying that right? We'll see. Superfluous. I think it's superfluous.
Superfluous. I can't even.
Whatever.
Superfluous.
Whatever the
Kind
word
of?
is.
I don't know.
I think there's an L, isn't there? Is there an
we
L?
did.
Superfluous.
Superfluous.
Fluous.
Okay, moving on.
Whatever. That word.
Yeah.
Stuff in her life, and now it's just like she's writing in her notebook as she travels around. And it's also like an aesthetic-y Europe thing to just take a notebook.
Yeah.
But she's doing it in this like small southern America.
Yeah.
With all the dust.
How do you write in all the dust?
No, okay, no offense to southern America.
Yeah.
It's just when I think of you, I think of dust. Not you in particular, just southern America.
Well, I really liked some parts of Southern America. And I've definitely had notebooks and, like, traveled around Europe and, like, tried to write in some places. But it's very inconvenient to just, like, sit on a random step of somebody's door and, like, start writing. And then all of my friends come up to me, like, what are you doing?
And then they open the door and you're just like, hi.
And then they, like, look at your notebook, like, what are you writing? And then, moving on, because we're not going to talk about that anymore.
Okay, yeah. We're done.
Then I went to see some friends of mine. Ooh. Friends of mine.
So, like, this is such a not singer, like, popular singer thing.
Yeah.
It's, like, so simple, so normal.
Yeah.
What did you say for it?
Well, friends of mine, I thought these were old friends from Lake Placid or somewhere else that she's going to visit to reconnect with herself, to maybe
Lizzie
find
friends.
herself.
That's true. I didn't connect that. Oh my god, I was just like, this is not something that pop stars do. Go visit their small town friends.
Especially pop stars as big as Lana. She's so big. Really big.
Is she?
Yeah, I feel like Lana is pretty big. Lana has a
You see
big
in my
following.
analysis, she's not.
Really?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, she has a pretty decent sized following, but she's not like Taylor Swift. Like, I mean...
Yeah. Taylor Swift has such a large following.
Yeah, like, she broke Spotify.
Yeah.
She broke Ticketmaster.
Yeah. I think people say that 53% of people are Swifties in America. So that's like a big following. 53% of America is your fan.
Literally half of America. That's insane.
Half of America. Half the people you see on the street are Swifties. That's insane. Moving on. Over half.
But this is not about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Down in Florence, Alabama.
So another European city, but it's in the U.S. And I have a whole theory on this. But what did you say for this?
I mean, I didn't really think about that like that, and I love the idea of having, like, European cities in America. We're trying to, like, make America Europe, but Europe is...
Make America Europe again.
Oh my god. No, we can't talk about that.
No, because they were Europe originally.
Yeah.
I mean, not originally. They were declared Europe originally, because
Well, that's history for you.
Europe, that's history. Europe
That's
just
history.
loves to...
That's history for you.
Europe loves itself.
Europe, I feel like all countries take pride. All countries have nationalism at this point.
Yeah. Europe just likes to spread it.
Okay,
so... Well, I had a whole theory on this. Like a long
go
theory.
ahead.
I had to make an attachment.
Okay, attachment, let's go.
So just like her home, Venice, California, it's a European city, but it's in America. And basically she's trying to find her way home. So she's going to all these places that are kind of like her home.
Right.
But they're just stand-ins. Like, they're never Venice, California.
Yeah, all these European kind of places.
And going to Venice, California is like a metaphor for finding Lizzie Grant again.
Oh.
And so she's tried all these different variations of, like...
That's very interesting.
Writing songs like Lizzie, or maybe, like, having a similar aesthetic. But nothing is, like, really fitting in. Like, she's not fitting anywhere.
Yeah.
The puzzle pieces aren't falling into place. Is that a
so
Mastermind lyric?
Well,
Dominoes cascading in the line. Okay, anyway.
I told you. We've been talking about Taylor a lot today. Eras tour, you know?
None of them are where she belongs, just like Lana.
Right.
Even though they're like, she's finding joy in that, they're not Lizzie.
Yeah. She's just trying to find herself. We got you, Lana. We got you. So then again, when you know, you know. When you know, you know. It's time to go. And then she says, when you know, you know. When you know, you know that it's time to leave. And I think I had a theory for this.
Like the summer breeze. That's
well,
so
before
poetic.
we get to that.
Yeah, that's so poetic.
When you know, you know. She says, it's like when you know, you know. So she's talking about herself, like to herself. When I know it's time to go. And then she's saying to her fans, in the previous slide, she actually said, when you know, you know, in the previous course.
Then the more you know.
Yeah,
well,
then
we forgot to analyze that.
Yeah, we forgot to analyze that.
No, wait, hold up.
Then
we go back.
Yeah, we're going back. When you know, the more you know. So the more you know about Lana. So this time she's talking about her fans. When you know about me. The second time she says, when you know. In the first chorus.
Yeah, the first time. It's interesting. I could see that.
Yeah.
For mine, I just saw that it's like, once that idea is in your mind, then everything that happens sort of cements it more.
Yeah.
Like, now you see all the things you didn't before that are like, yeah, that was clearly a sign that I needed to go.
Yeah.
I just didn't see it. Okay, the second time that it's time to leave, well, I didn't really analyze that line separated from Summer Breeze, so what did you say?
Well, okay. That it's time to leave, so once again, when you know. And then, let's go into the Summer Breeze, actually.
Okay, so what did you say for?
I feel like the Summer Breeze is ever changing. You don't see the Summer Breeze, and when you do, you savor it. So you kind of really take advantage of when you know.
Yeah. I said something, I think, similar. It's like they're replaced by cold, and a lot of people don't like cold. I can't relate to this personally, but a lot of people, like, miss the summer, like, the lovely summer breeze.
I do, for sure.
And then this is, like, I had it symbolizing, like, Lana Del Rey leaving. Like, a lot of people are gonna miss Lana Del Rey. Yeah. Because she does have that decent-sized following. And they're gonna be upset by her going. But Summer Breezes, they're never, like, permanently gone. They'll always come back next
it'll always
summer.
Be in there.
So, like, she's still there. The person who is who has been both Lana and Lizzie is still there writing songs. It's just different. It's
just refined almost. And then she goes into when everyone stars brighter than you are.
I love this line. I love this part. I have theories. What did you say?
Okay, so when everyone stars brighter than you are. So this is going back to something in Kinsuki where she was like, they sing folk songs from the 40s. Even the 14-year-olds knew. Froggy came according. How do my blood relatives know all of these songs? I don't know anyone left to know the songs I sing. So that's basically explaining how she has a bunch of her family and they all listen to songs that are not hers. They don't appreciate her music. They don't appreciate her talent. And so that's kind of connecting with, everyone's stars brighter than her. So she's never become a star anymore. She's not going, when she's not a star, you know it's time to go. You know it's time to change because you're not reaching that peak level anymore, which is what Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard is doing here.
Yeah. That's an interesting analysis.
Yeah.
And that's definitely. Well, for this one, I had it like stars in both a metaphorical and a literal sense. Okay. Like, I think in my analysis, she's talking about, like, in a literal way, Hollywood Walk of Fame stars.
Oh.
And then in a
necklace.
Yeah, and then in a metaphorical way, like, the fame that comes with that. Like, we see a bunch of musicians having Hollywood. I think that musicians can have stars, right? Yeah, they can.
They can.
Yeah. And it's
Lana got one, so.
Did she?
No, but in the video.
In the video, she got one. But actually, she hasn't.
We'll get into Candy Necklace. Soon. Yeah. Soon, guys, we promise.
But in actuality, she hasn't had one.
Yeah.
And that must be, like, I just imagine if you see all these people getting stars, and then you're like, it's an ultimate sign of popularity.
Right.
And then it's like, she doesn't have one. She feels, she might feel forgotten. I'm not saying like
Yeah.
actual Lana. Like in this song, the analysis, the main character, it's like there's sort of that sense of being forgotten or left behind
Yeah.
because
you were
there's
once
not
a star.
appreciation. Like
Right.
Brighter Than You Are.
Yeah.
Her fans are there, but they're like not as many as Taylor
Yeah.
Swift, obviously. And it's just like not. She's not the massive pop star.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that she wants to be a massive pop star, but it's like there's not immense fame.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
And so she's gonna leave Lana
Yeah,
behind
there's this
because
element
Lana
of-
doesn't have that success.
Yeah, Lana doesn't try something new, evolve as an artist, evolve as a sound. And I think a lot of people hated how Lana sounded in Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard, even though I
Really?
feel like she was kind of branching out and we got to hear a whole different vibe and aesthetic, which is really interesting. I absolutely loved it. So I don't see an issue. Like, I really liked it.
And then,
Um,
and you're the only one left dancing
Yeah.
while they're on the floor.
ooh, this is interesting. Well, let's just talk about You're the Only One Left.
Yeah.
I think this is the only one left in the tunnel, the only one left in the old ages. The one left at Lizzie, the one left and one to recover that.
Interesting. I love all the connections back to the tunnel that you're doing.
Yeah. I'm all
like-
about the tunnel.
It bridges all of the
Yeah.
whole album together.
What else about that? Do you want to say something about it?
Well, just like you said, it's like this isolation.
Isolation period.
I didn't analyze this line too much separated
Yeah.
from the next line. Like, in my mind, they very much go together. But it's just like there's this isolation, the only one left. And it shows like
Right.
there was someone there.
Yeah.
There were like people with you, but now they're gone.
Right.
And I think that's even more like having someone there once
Yeah.
and then being able to feel distinctly their loss is somehow worse than like never having someone.
Right, because at some point you had confidence. You had confidence in yourself, and then you see it. Because if you're all alone and you keep building yourself up, that's creating confidence. But if there were people, they made that confidence for you. So that means you had once they leave you, you were left with no confidence because they were the ones creating that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of almost the moral here, the morale or whatever. Dancing while they're on the floor. Well, I have a lot to say about this.
What?
Okay, so when you would see dancing and floor, dance floor, right? Like a bunch of people dancing on a floor. But in this case, I rather thought of like a bunch of people like laying dead on a floor, and you're just dancing around them. Like
What?
It sounds kind of vile and evil, but it's giving like murder mystery vibes, or like
We love
12
that.
Dancing Princesses when all the other princesses died and the youngest one is still alive. So I was just thinking like you're flourishing and you see them perish. That's basically the idea that I'm getting from this line.
That's interesting.
What about you?
Dead bodies on the floor. Oh my
Dead
god.
bodies.
That was so unexpected.
Yeah, I bet you didn't expect that.
I really didn't. For this one, it was like, if you're the... I had it like, you're the only one dancing.
Yeah.
And then dancing is like, symbolizing this like, enjoyment of the music.
yeah.
So she has listeners. Like, there are people there.
Yeah.
They're on the floor, so they're on the dance floor. So, like, they're there. But she's the only one who's, like, really getting passionate about her music. And she's getting, like, very passionate. But then she's the only one left. Like,
Yeah.
we saw in Fingertips, her family...
Yeah.
All the people who, like, really cared are now dead.
Kintsugi.
Is that in Kintsugi? No, like...
Oh, you mean the people?
Fingertips? Yeah.
But she explains that in Kintsugi. The
Yeah.
one's like I don't have anyone left to sing the songs they sing. Is that what you're talking about?
That's in Fingertips, isn't it?
No, Kintsugi.
Oh. Yeah, okay. So,
That's how the light gets in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's right. So it's in both of those. It's like this
Yeah.
recurring theme of, like...
Yeah, both of them. But it's like directly in Kintsugi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she has listeners, like, all of her fans. But, like I said, she's... I mean, she might be going up in popularity because of the new album.
Yeah, and collab and Yes to Heaven.
Yeah.
Yes to Heaven, by the way. Whew,
Oh my
that
God.
slaps. Oh my god, so good. And of course Taylor, she did a re-recording of that Still on the Beach with Taylor.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that much of a hit, but we still love it.
But, like, there are no people who are genuinely dancing.
Yeah.
Which is not true, but it might
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
When you're like isolated without the fame that you wanted.
Yeah, maybe she doesn't see that. Maybe she's blinded.
She's blinded
By the tunnel.
Oh my god. The by the tunnel, that's so good.
It's giving
And so
the
she
weekend.
doesn't feel she doesn't feel the fans who are there genuinely passionate about her
Right.
music.
Right, and then once again she says, time to go. Like, and this time she's not like, it's time to go. She's like, time to go now. Time to go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, before it's like she's telling almost a third person story.
Yeah.
Like then you know. Now it's like she's bringing it to herself. She's like, it's time to go.
Time to go. Time to go, guys. Time to go. Like, get on it. Get on it. I flew back home. So, obviously, we're going to say that she's going back to Venice, California, which we'll see. It seemed that everything was the same. Venice, California. And this is very interesting. Like, nobody cares, I feel like, about her coming back as Lana or Lizzie or whatever. Well, she started there as Lana, but
Yeah.
Lana, Lizzie, whatever you want to be. Everything seemed the same.
Even though she started there as Lana, I definitely associate like both of those things seem like home.
Yeah, yeah.
So like even though she wasn't Lizzie there, her home is both Lizzie Grant and Venice, California. And so like in this, she's physically back in Venice, California. So she's like halfway home, but then there's something missing.
Yo, I just got the best idea ever. Okay. So, you know how the last track is DYKTATUOB? What if this whole album is just teasing like a part 2 of NFR? Because the whole album is about Venice, California. That last song is like giving that hint, like Taylor Swift Easter egg version kind of thing. Like a hint that we're gonna do a part 2 of NFR. Because NFR was like one of her most successful albums. And also the most liked by most fans. Like, do you like NFR? You like
Oh my god, I love NFR.
Is that your favorite?
No, it's
tell me
not.
what your favorite is.
My favorite? Ooh. It's a hard one.
It is hard.
It is hard because
So
I like...
hard. Well, okay, top three. In no specific
Yeah,
order.
top 3 I can definitely do. Born to Die, Ultraviolet.
Wait, Paradise Edition?
Yeah.
Okay.
Born to Die, Paradise Edition, Ultraviolence, NFR, I think.
Okay. Yeah,
What about you?
those are definitely top 3. I would say mine are... I really want to say Lizzie Grant in some way, but I really like the unreleased songs. Like,
That's true,
pretty
that's
much every unreleased song is so good. But definitely NFR. NFR has Ultraviolence as well. Ultraviolence is like sad music. And then I'm just gonna go with Born to Die because there's some good tracks.
Yeah, I feel like those two like
And
really
Paradise
encompass everything.
Yeah,
Like you've
I guess
got
we have the same thing going on.
stripper music, you've got sad music, and then you've got like beautiful melancholy, like, but also happiness.
Well, you know, I've also been into Blue Banisters right now. So Blue Banisters might
there
actually...
was a Blue Banisters moment.
Yeah, blue,
honestly.
like black bathing suit. If you lie down right next to me.
Wildfire, Wild Love.
Yeah.
And then there's another one, Thunder.
Thunder is so good, and sometimes Dealer.
You gotta be
And
in the right
Arcadia.
mood for.
Come on, Arcadia.
Arcadia.
Arcadia is so.
You
And
gotta be
even
in the right
title
mood
track.
for Dealer though.
Yeah, Dealer. You have to be like,
Because like if
3
you're in a
a.m. crying.
yeah, if you're in a dancing mood and then she just starts like screaming, like,
yeah, you're gonna like. Wait, hold on, Lana. We're not matching aesthetics right now.
yeah, literally.
Oh my god, we digress so much. God. I was talking about part 2 of NFR. But anyway, let's go back to I think that might be a good idea. But, it seemed everything the same could also mean that if everything is the same, nobody cared about Lana's transition from Lizzie to, or even her new music, unlike the fans, nobody cared about Lana and like what image she was portraying with her
and
music.
the evolution of her music.
And the evolution of her music.
Even as Lana Del Rey, her music has evolved like incredibly. Look at the difference between Born to Die and like Blue Banisters.
Very different. But they're both equally amazing.
Yeah.
So good. Personally, it's a different thing. But like lyric and everything wise, like very nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can see there's some like evolution.
Yeah, definitely.
As a singer.
Except that you aren't home.
Yeah. Idea. So in Venice Kid,
Beach. My sister said it sounds like an Italian accent.
Venice Beach. Oh my god. Is that Italian?
That's not Italian. I don't know what that is. But anyway, the point is, in Venice, that song, VV, she says, like, her my baby's rocking down now, or something like, her my baby's back in town now. You should come over. We'll be hanging around now. You should come over. And like, she talks about, like, missing her lover. So maybe it's not home because her lover's not there yet, which is what leads to the final track, where her lover comes back in the end, Lake Placid or whatever.
My boyfriend down at the taco truck.
Exactly. And she's, like, talking about their whole relationship. It's literally a part 2. Guys, wait for the part 2 to come out.
Oh my god. Please.
I will scream. NFR is so good. NFR is my number 1 album. I'll keep strong with NFR being my number 1 album.
That was the first album I, like, listened to.
I mean,
it's so good.
The first album I listened to was Borchai. But... Oh geez, let's go. But you know, same difference.
Yeah.
All really good. Same difference. Anyway.
So in this, the you is a lover?
Yeah, I feel like, except that you aren't home. You
Is
aren't
the lover.
home. It's double meaning. She isn't home, and he isn't home. Well, she isn't home because he isn't home, but he isn't home, so you aren't home.
Yeah. Because he makes up part of the home.
He makes home.
For
Okay.
this, home was like Lizzie
Yeah.
Grant to me.
Well, yeah, I can
because
definitely
like
see that.
you can see that this is very much tying back to
That
Lizzie Grant.
recovery is not there yet.
Yeah, like she
Again,
hasn't
tie
fully.
into all of them, and I love that.
She needs Lizzie. She needs to become Lizzie again
Yeah.
to fully be
Yeah,
home.
where is Lizzie?
Even though she's like physically in the place that feels most like home,
Yeah.
like mentally, she needs Lizzie to be there.
Okay.
Hello, I called to know why, but
Okay.
this is one of those
I
lines
was
that's a little
waiting
bit
for-
like
yeah, like the dog line,
the
the eyes line.
the
What
eye-
was
no,
the
no,
one in
the-
Kensuke that we?
There was
was-
like
There was one Kensuke that was like, that we were like, this is a weird line. But anyway, while Charlotte looks for that, hello, I call to know why. So I feel like in this line, she's just saying, she calls him. She's like, why aren't you home right now? I came for you. I thought you were gonna help me with my recovery of Lizzie. So she's almost calling her lover, like, yo, hit me up now. Like, send me a message to the beep.
I just like caught send me a message to the beep.
Did you find it?
Oh, he thought it was mine to carve into his mouth.
Yeah, that's so
A
weird.
bit of an
Somebody, if you
knock-knock.
figure that out, please tell that because we still don't know.
Yeah, like
What does that mean?
carve. I don't. This is like the carve and mouth
Lana,
used in the same sentence.
Tell us. We need to know. Okay, next line.
Wait, where were we?
Oh yeah, you never finished.
Oh my god.
What were you gonna say about hello? Wait.
So she's like,
Hello.
It's kind of like a thing we say on the phone, but it's also
Yeah.
like if you're trying to like reach within yourself and talk to like bring out a part of you haven't brought out in
Yeah.
years, you're kind of tentatively like, hello, are you still
Yeah.
even there? And so she's like,
Hello.
you can't even see my hand
Hello?
shaking. She's like, Lizzie, come back.
Come back.
I need you.
Yeah. And then she starts with when you're home, you're home. When you're home, you're home. Venice, California. Venice, California.
Yeah. Because she's home now. She's
Yeah.
like, physically, she's home.
Yeah. So even
When you're
without
well, yeah.
that, well, when you're home, you're alone. And I feel like that's kind of like where when you're home, you're alone. She's like, oh my god, I'm alone now.
Yeah.
Or for my boyfriend kind of thing, it's like she's alone, the boyfriend's not there. For you, that's like Lizzie's
not there.
Not there.
Not only is Lizzie not there, but the press isn't there.
Right. And she's finally like in this place where she can think about herself. And that blends to when you're right, you're right.
When you're right, you're right. She says
Yeah.
it twice. There's a lot of repetition.
In the last
In
few
this,
lines.
it sounds to me like she's telling herself that it's the right decision for her to leave,
Yeah.
which ties into the last line. But like she's
Even
like
when you're
all
wrong.
of the signs.
Oh, we're not there yet.
Yeah, all of the signs pointed to me leaving, so that was the right decision.
It was the right decision. And
Which the last line,
then, even when you're wrong.
something in deep down in her is telling her that it was a bad choice or like the wrong decision. But like that's really deep. So she's ignoring it.
Well, I think for the Lizzie motif, we can just say that when you're right, you're right. So when you are right, she was right to go back to Lizzie. But then when you're wrong, you're wrong. Like, okay. See, the thing is, alright, how do I explain this properly? So, she went to Lizzie to find, she went to Venice, California to find her Lizzie, her inner Lizzie. She went there expecting something, but really she didn't find much. That was her own, like, realization. So, but she got something else out of it. She got the boyfriend out of it. Kind of.
Tying them together, I like that.
Yeah.
She went back to Venice, California in hopes of finding Lizzie, but Lizzie is not there. She died in Lake Placid.
Right.
When she drowned.
Swam with the fishes that we
Exactly.
caught on Rhode Island beaches. Yes, okay, we're done. We're done. Woo! Okay.
Rating?
Overall, no wait. First we do the analysis rating.
Yes. Analysis rating?
Alright, what is your analysis rating?
I would say like solid 8.
Okay, mine was like... I feel like it was like a 7.
Oh, I thought you were about to say 3. Oh my god.
3? No, maybe it's a 6.7? 6.7? I don't like numbers like that, so it's gonna be a 6.75. Yeah, 6.75. Only,
I would say 8.2.
well, I didn't have a breakthrough like you, so that's why. It was very straightforward for me. But then, overall song-wise?
Song-wise? 8.2. I'm really liking 8.2 apparently.
Yeah.
But, like, that's the right color vibe.
Yeah,
if that
right,
makes
color
sense.
vibe. I got you. I think for me, it has to be a 7.5. Yeah. I don't like it too much, but I like it enough. Like, it gets boring for me at some point. But I like it. It's a good song.
Yeah. For me, it's like 8.5. It just seems to fit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I can
do
totally
like-
see that.
I do
Numbers
like
just fit.
At the moment, I do like the song. It hasn't gotten boring yet.
Yeah.
And, like, the blue-pink color of 8.2
I
matches
can
the
see that.
blue-pink color
Like a
of this.
purpley kind of
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
like the purpley fusion. I can see
Which is
that. What?
It's purple and blue.
Oh, it's purple and blue. Mine is like pink,
This wasn't even
Black.
intentional.
red, Valentine's.
Oh my god. Dark Valentine's.
Dark Valentine's. Dark Paradise.
I was listening to that this morning.
I was listening to that too this morning.
Oh my, really?
3rd.
Oh, for me it was, when was it? It was right after
Was it
3rd.
3rd?
It was 3rd.
Oh my god, we were listening to Dark Paradise at 3rd. I listened to it like right between history and 3rd.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 7th and 5th. Anyway, that's it. That's all of our episode today. Thank you for listening to us.
Always overthink.
Yeah, be an overthinker. Don't be broke.
Woo.
Bye.